Hi, I'm Emma. Welcome to our Saber Torch virtual office, and thank you for your service to our country. Our entire team is extremely excited to be a part of the 2022 AUSA annual meeting. My goal for today is to briefly cover why Saber Torch Scorpion Gen 4 identification systems can lower risks to keep your team safe on the streets and in the courtroom. Currently, there are systemic issues around the country with the use of inferior quality identification wearables for our LEOs and first responders. Oftentimes, leadership gets overwhelmed with the spinning array of body armor options and turns their focus squarely on getting the highest level of ballistic protection for the least amount of money. The company that wins the bid usually just places some generic silk-screened, embroidered, or soft PVC patches on the body armor to fulfill their procurement obligation. Unfortunately, those decisions made with the best intentions are leaving first responders accidentally ran over by vehicles, getting into firefights with civilians claiming they didn't know it was the police, and worst of all, our team guys are accidentally shooting at each other while clearing rooms in dynamic, rapidly developing situations. All of these injuries and tragic loss of life is occurring regularly. In 2016, our team vowed to doing something about it. That's where our Scorpion Skunk Works was born. From the very beginning, our Skunk Works decided to focus on what we considered the three major pain points in the wearable identification industry. Those pain points included durability, visibility, and design details. This set the stage for our R&D team to develop the disruptive technologies integrated into the Scorpion Gen 4 systems. Today we no longer call them pain points. They are now called our three pillars of success, and they include a military-grade durability, retro-reflective visibility, and world-class design details. Our Scorpion Labs Development Committee, led by Program Chief Mike Holcomb, made the commitment years ago for absolute excellence in all three of these categories. All of that dedication and attention to detail has propelled SG4 systems to the #1 spot in the world on all three of these categories. All our SG4 systems are custom-built in our facility located in the great state of Texas. We use the additive manufacturing process we invented to print many layers of flexible polymer that all interlock with each other at a microscopic level. Our unique building materials and manufacturing processes make Scorpion Gen 4 incredibly light, scratch-resistant, waterproof, and won't peel or fray. All our SG4 systems come with a 1-year warranty from defects. Every year, hundreds of LEOs and first responders are injured or killed in low-light conditions. The built-in retroreflective technology integrated into all SG4 systems only reflects light directly back at a specific light source. A few great examples are your partner's flashlight or vehicle headlights. Shooting review boards across the country are turning more and more to data-driven science for answers. Within the past few years, it has become apparent that hostile suspects most often fire their weapons indiscriminately towards officers, never have flashlights, and are almost always in close proximity to officers when the firefight begins. The idea that wearable retroreflective identification increases your risk in lethal use of force situations is simply misplacement of information from lessons learned downrange by our military. Furthermore, the general idea that our SWAT teams should wear IR identification like the military is also a gross misplacement of information from lessons learned from combat operations. IR patches are for fighting wars in third world countries. SG4 systems are specifically engineered for law enforcement and first responder use. SG4 technology also sets the stage for the revitalization of our American police heraldry. Our photopolymerization technology produces the most detailed heraldry designs in the world, which is a perfect segue into our third pillar of excellence, world-class details. Since the invention of law enforcement by the Egyptians in 3000 BC, police officers have had distinct wearable insignia. For the past 5,000 years, up until the turn of the 20th century, police insignia would be individually handcrafted by artisans. Each wearable insignia was a work of art. All the finest details the original Egyptian and Roman artists incorporated into the elaborate designs were passed down the generations for thousands of years. Even as recent as the 1950s, police still had their insignia handcrafted to capture all the fine details. Within the past 70 years, there has been a systematic degradation of our American police heraldry. Oftentimes our departments are buying wearable identification in bulk from middlemen subcontracting factories. The limitations of these factories are well known to middlemen. The middlemen then use clever sales tactics to take attention away from the simple fact that their eagles look like blobs, and their futile attempts to capture all the details within great seals of our counties and states is just embarrassing. The buck stops with Saber torch. Our technology has no limitations on detail, and we can create whatever color combinations your designs call for, without limitation. We have an entire team of world-class graphic designers that can bring your designs back to life at no additional cost. As a matter of fact, we take it a step further and give ownership of the vector designs to our programs of record to use on other projects as they see fit. If you have any additional questions, please contact our VP Sales, Adam Weatherall. He will be our Saber Torch boots-on-ground contact for the AUSA annual meeting. We will be located at booth 6636 in Hall D. Our booth is in the Small Business Pavilion between L3 Harris and Northrop Grumman. Adam can be reached at adam.weatherall@sabertorch.com. His last name is spelt Wetherell. I hope the information I provided was helpful in understanding that SG4 systems can increase officer safety, capability, and survivability. I know you must be incredibly busy, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to stop by our virtual office.